So our heavy encumbered is our encumbrance now?
Yep.
Cool. Does this also go for grappling rules? No.
That's pushing it.
Okay. Maybe in a few more levels.
Maybe. All right. Is everyone here?
I suppose.
Okay.
Saney's here.
I'm here.
Everyone else died. Okay.
This face in the lower right, I really don't like it.
Are you like waiting? I'm here. Where would I go?
I don't know. Where do you always go when you abandon everyone?
I'm right here.
Where is Waffy?
She just said she's here.
Did she? I didn't see anything.
I mean, like earlier, like 2 minutes ago. It's,
2 minutes
Here
ago?
now.
3 minutes.
3 minutes ago.
Well, technically 4 minutes ago.
All right. Well, I'm assuming she's listening, so do the recap.
Who?
You.
Uh,
else?
killed Kindana. We got a castle. It's a bunch of stuff I don't remember. It's been like good. I don't know.
I think we have to go to where the Reeve
Yeah.
Bogdan is the guy who's checking out the keep for us near Ravenbrook.
I just remember that we're going to the keep. I have trouble remembering stuff before that. Fine, I'll check my whatever. Alright, we realized the well, first of all, we saved Duke Narlet. He's not roasted anymore. We figured out that the old guy there was Kidana's dad, and he just like messed him up and took power from him. We found Kidana's letters telling, illustrating his plans and what he wanted to do, and that he was trying to manipulate Duke Osmond. And we know like several members of the aristocracy who Quintana influenced. And we gave that information to Captain Arton. And then we went to say hi to Duke Narlet, and he was praying to Isra, I think. Is that right?
Shrug.
And then we teleported with him to the capital, and then we I think the king told us about the keep, and then we should meet with the Reeve Danford, and he's gonna take us there and help us get set up and stuff, and that was it.
We have to meet him there.
Also, I have a note here. Juanita would have a talk to Holiday about like not killing people when we're asked not to, if it's possible.
What?
Well, I think you're referring to when they told us to take those guys out non-lethally. She just killed them.
Yeah.
When was that?
Like in the gatehouse, Zatar was like, try. Oh, actually, maybe was it the Duke? I think it was Zatar.
Yeah,
he was like, try to take them out non-lethally if you can.
Yeah, but she didn't kill them all. She killed like a few and left the rest alive.
Well, I mean,
I think like one or two of the squad leaders were alive, and I think she killed the other two.
I think we killed all the squad leaders.
Yeah, no,
But-
everyone but like one or two died.
But the thing is, it was like, hey, Holiday, maybe you could stop the storm sphere because it's killing everyone. And I was like, no, this is fun. I remember saying those exact words. So yeah,
Okay. I can't exactly remember that, but alright. I'll accept it.
Cody, that would have a word with her about maybe not doing that next time.
Well, I can't exactly control magic, you know. It kind of comes out.
Well, you can stop it if we're in a similar situation and we're trying not to kill people. Maybe don't use that spell.
Well, I mean, I can't use any spell because magic will just kill them.
Well, it's I don't know. Whack them with your staff, I guess. You have one.
Well, you whack them with the staff. I'm not.
Well, I was shooting them, and Dax was knocking them out. So whatever. Just it's fine. Just keep it in mind.
I mean, did Juanita knock anybody out?
It's hard to knock people out with our guns, but she took out their commanders, so the rest of them would be easier to manage. Which I think it might just be that I think that's more strategic than just whacking everyone around in storm winds and bludgeoning them to death.
Not really, but okay.
What do you mean not really?
I mean, you shoot people one at a time. Holiday just takes them out in a group.
Well, I mean, like I didn't actually shoot anyone except the commanders.
No, but I think she left one commander alive. I can't remember. I think one of them was supposed to be alive. I think she stopped the spell. I can't remember.
Oh no! I mean, it wasn't just all the Daxes and Buddy. They were also taking out the commanders. I think Daxes managed to take one down non-lethally.
Yeah. Whatever.
Don't fall, Daxes.
Anyways. Oh God,
What?
it's Quark's thing again.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the
Oh, I didn't actually hear it.
shorting out. I'm probably gonna go back to my old desk mic next week if you don't mind. It's the only other one I have.
We will see.
Okay.
Anyways, after your mini war and killing down and everything, and coming back to the capital and resting up, having a duel / date that almost went very badly, and talking to the king and getting your reward as a continued show of his gratitude. Duke Nalrath has set you up with a carriage to take you across the country to your new keep, where you are to meet the Reeve, who is probably about a day or so ahead of you on the road. Mostly because, regardless of what the king says, he doesn't know people and doesn't trust to travel with you. But he's going there with his own crew, so he'll be fine, hopefully. But you all set off in the morning, get one good final look at Silmorn, not knowing when exactly you'll be back. Setting out the gates across the grounds, which are still strewn about with all kinds of evidence of its previous hobgoblin occupation. The smoldered remains of various banners and crude linen and fur tents, various broken pikes and other weapons here and there still left in the fields where they've yet to have been gathered. Thankfully, though, you see no actual bodies, human or otherwise.
Mhm.
Neither do you see a magical sword lying around.
That's fine.
You set off east, making your way in the carriage Duke Narath has chartered for you. It's nowhere near as luxurious as either the ones you rode in with him in Silmorn or in Ostana. But it is a sizable, barrel-topped, sturdy carriage. It's not exactly comfortable, but there's room for all of you inside. The driver outside on the front bench, driving. As you make your way across the sloped, slightly rolling hills over the next couple of days, you start heading into various light woods, small patches of trees here and there. He said he'd put out an APB, but that's about it.
Yeah. Belongs in a museum or an inventory.
But as you pass through the woods over the next several days, you kind of fall into a fairly easy routine. Drive for a while, midday break while the driver tends to the carriage and the horses, gets them brushed and fed while you all have your lunch, set off for a few more hours, and then stop again for the night, making camp. What do you guys do during the night?
Making camp. I mean, we do our watches and stuff, right?
Mhm.
What's the routine that you guys have?
I
Yeah.
I can't remember. Like, I felt like there was a reason Daxus should take an earlier watch, and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, because so he could attune to his eyes. I think he's just remaining attuned to them for now. His eagle eye thing, so I guess it's not even an issue. But yeah, that'll help with his watch.
Holiday can go second.
Okay. You guys have 3 tents. Who's in what tent?
Holiday is in her own tent.
Nope.
I guess the girls will share tents and the guys will share tents. 3 tents.
Well, you have Juanita and Danica,
Mm.
and then Holiday, Willow, Helia, and Daxus.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
No
take care of-
guys.
Yeah. So who wants to bunk with Daxus? That's the question.
Can't go with Juanita, Helia, Juanita, and Danica always together.
Okay, Daxus will just share a tent with Holiday. That's fine.
As long as he keeps on his side.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So Daxus has first watch. Helia has third watch. Who has second watch?
Holiday.
Holiday? Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you guys find a fairly easy routine as you travel. You're making your way along the trade road east, and about a week or so passes, and you're finding yourselves over the last day or so getting well into what you know to be the yin wood. The wood is split fairly wide here at the road. The trees cut and pushed back from the actual passageway, separating the clump of forested trees on the north and south side. But you can see that They're 100 or so feet away from the road. On either side, the trees are fairly dense. And as you travel, though, you can see various spots along the roadside where innumerous travelers have camped, over the past few months. Old campfires and camping sites left abandoned after they've moved on, all along the road. Why isn't Cookie talking?
He's too good for us.
I see. Yeah, you keep along the road, and you can see that you're getting well into fall by now. It's almost mid-fall, well into Will-tide. The air is fairly crisp by now, and every now and then you feel a little bit of a chill as the breeze picks up a bit. The temperature dropping a few degrees every day. You're still level 7, yes. You stop one night here along the road, carriage pulling off to the side. Your driver, who's for the most part been fairly introverted and unsocial, just kind of quietly goes about tending to the horses, getting them fed, and then crawling inside the carriage where he's been sleeping. As the rest of you go about setting up your camp.
What's the driver's name?
You've never asked.
We're asking now.
Dax asks him while they travel.
He just grunts at you. Eh.
His name is Grunt.
It's a cute name.
Grunt will just kind of grunt at you and continue to go about preparing the horses before he crawls inside the carriage, and you can hear it very firmly being locked. Yes.
Suspicious. Not really.
You sit there having your dinner as the dusk is growing dimmer and dimmer. Deep orange sunlight illuminating the fall leaves of the woods to the north and south of you. Almost making it seem as if the trees are on fire with the various golds and reds and yellows as the evening sun catches the leaves set against the white and black birch trunks. Yeah, inside the driver.
Yeah, that might actually be safe.
He seems antisocial. But yeah, as you're here having this conversation, this dinner, Juanita thinks it's a good time to have that conversation about morals and ethics and not killing people. Conversation ends in a kind of a, all right, kind of way. Do you guys talk about anything else before going to sleep?
No.
Comes to mind.
Okay. Yeah. You guys tuck into your beds. Tents nice and primed. Bells set in place. Dusk has fallen and a deep velvety blue night sky washes over you as time passes. Daxus will wake you, Holiday, as he heads into his tent with you. letting you know it's time for your watch.
Mm.
Go out, take your post, set yourself up, yawn a couple of times. Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. I should get these out. Okay. I'm saying 0 cookie types. Alright, well, wild cookie types, I'll go ahead and do this.
No, that was before I got to the second part. Also, yeah. He didn't say that like grimly. He was kind of joking a little bit.
Right. You have that conversation. Maybe agree to pick it up a little bit later, go more in depth in it when you have a bit more time because it's getting rather late.
Yeah.
Head to your beds, access your watch passes, you go to Holiday. Everyone except Holiday make a perception check. With disadvantage because you're all asleep.
What? Oh, I was about to say with advantage because my eyes bad. No. Okay.
No.
Right. I mean, it's only a 1.
Okay.
Not natural. Still.
Oh, you're rolling perception again?
Not you.
Oh, okay, good.
$18 is nice.
All right. Holiday, you very clearly hear a muffled yell. Juanita and Danica, you both also, I gave you control of Willow, Daxus, and I gave
All
Cookie
right.
control of Danica. I should clean up their things a little bit more. I think they have more spells that I haven't given them yet since they leveled up. But yeah. Danica and Juanita, you both wake up in your tent as you hear this muffled yell from somewhere nearby. Daxus, you continue dozing.
Okay.
Holiday, as you kind of jump up to attention, hearing this, looking around, you can very clearly tell it's coming from within one of these tents. You think the tent with Helia and Willow.
She's not gonna hesitate. She's gonna go over and like pull over the flap.
Okay. Well, before you do that, I would like you and everyone else except Daxus to roll initiative.
What
Now,
is even going on?
Do they make eagle eye lenses except for your ears?
Those are called hearing aids, I think.
And you have to tune to them separately. One for each ear.
God damn it, Daxus, you're not 50 yet. Or 60 or whatever it is.
Go and roll for your Willow, Daxus.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. I didn't read those.
Yeah, I forgot to mentally prepare for this.
2 plus 2.
Plus.
Oh, that's Willow. That should be this one. Go.
I'll see.
Uh-huh.
I can't put in Danica's initiative.
I don't know. Maybe to give you control over token or something. Although I shouldn't. Well. Alright.
I mean, Daxus quarked with Willow's in, right?
Yeah.
You did.
No, I did.
No, he did.
Okay. Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, I have to give you control of the token.
Give me the token. Celia killing Willow.
Willow's got her helmet, so she's been attacked.
Holiday.
Oh, she might not be sleeping.
No, she doesn't sleep in the helmet.
Okay.
Even if she did, it would probably just come off.
Probably.
Holiday.
Yeah, she goes over to the tent and opens like the
Right.
flaps.
As you're coming over to the tent, you can very clearly see that the tent is disturbed. There's something large inside of it that's displacing it. Like there's someone standing up and brushing against the roof of it.
Oh jeez.
As you tear it open, as you make your way over there, you hear several more muffled shrieks, and as you tear open the front flaps, you see a large, deep blue-skinned creature, big burly arms, long talons, a elongated muzzled face that is split wide at the jaw and open in this loping maw filled with various teeth, these burning yellow eyes, and this hyena-like orange coat that runs along the back of its scalp and down along its neck and spine. Beneath it, one claw over Willow's face, you see she's just kind of ripped and shredded open.
Oh man.
You can see she doesn't look dead yet, but she's very rapidly bleeding out.
Is Celia inside?
Not from what Holiday can see.
Alright. So, is it like preventing me from getting close to... Hello?
No, you could probably get to her.
Yeah. She's gonna go straight for Willow and feed her greater healing potion.
Okay.
Wait, can I roll initiative and then roll perception on my turns? Could that be a thing?
You're gonna wake up. Assuming anyone yells out your name loudly, you're gonna wake up in the next round.
Okay.
Do you have bonus action, Holiday? You are right up here next to Willow and this thing both.
I don't think I have any spells. Bonus action. So, I guess that'll be my turn.
All right. Daxus. Willow is unarmed, unarmored, clawed and bit all to hell. She is poisoned. They're lying prone with this thing looming over her, blood over its maw and fangs and claws.
All right. I always. Ugh. Okay, I'm looking at spells. The spell book, I suppose.
I don't think I have any. Well, actually, I think I do have some.
Yeah, she doesn't have sanctuary, does she?
Yeah, sure. She would have that prepared.
She would.
I just
Okay.
haven't filled it in.
All right. Could she? Is she being grappled right now? What's happening?
No, she's not being grappled. She's just being nommed.
Would you say would it be within her character to cast sanctuary on herself at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she can do that.
All right. She'll do that.
Okay. She was going to cast Sanctuary on herself. Juanita, you and Danica both would have jumped up. So you have your movement here, but you're still inside the tent. As you run out, you can see there's clearly some sort of commotion from the other tent, and there's, movement inside of it, but you can't see anything, and Holiday is pretty much blocking the opening to the tent.
I forgot Sanctuary is a bonus action. I could have attacked first. Or done something else.
You're going to have Willow reach over for her flail and try to attack it with disadvantage.
Before she
Whoops, that's my sheet. Does she have a weapon set up?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, no. She tries, but it's hard to fell anything when you're laying on your back.
Yeah.
Cookie?
Can she get on her feet though once she casts Sanctuary?
Yeah.
Bell tents didn't really do anything. Is that why we got a chance to use the perception though?
No.
Oh.
Because
Oh, good.
you guys can hear the muffled scream.
Alright, so they got in somehow.
It just didn't wake up Daxus.
Hi. Sorry. I was
Hello.
just finishing my food right then, so I had to go for a second. Alright, Juanita's gonna rush over and see what's going on.
All right. You rush over. You can certainly get to the tent, but you have a hard time seeing inside. You can't really see past Holiday. The tent flap itself isn't, much of an opening that you have to kind of duck inside to get into it. And she's standing there, and her body and her robes are obscuring any opening that would let you see inside. But you can hear various noises, and you hear a growl.
Yeah,
And
I see the creature.
you don't see it, but you can see its kind of form through the outside of the tent.
Can I? Oh, I don't know, can I pull the flaps open and see?
No, Holiday's standing there.
Can I get in as well?
No, it's not. It's a small tent. You basically have to, the two people that can fit inside basically have to crawl inside and lay down to what the.
Okay.
Oh.
Are the tents open underneath?
They're like tied and staked down. You could try and rip it up, but you can't directly see anyone, but you can see the kind of bulging outlined forms of the people inside who are standing, displacing the tent. The tent's not meant to be stood in, and you can see them kind of pushing out against the sides and roof of it.
Alright, she's gonna call out for Daxus, and instead of trying to like pull it off with the stakes and all, because she's not that strong, could she like just I don't know, cut the ropes and just throw it off, or just pull the ropes off, or unattach them or something? I don't know how it.
Make a. You could try and do that, yeah.
Yeah, like try to get it off, but not using strength. Like using like how is it tied down? Is it like ropes tied to stakes?
Yeah, more or less.
All right, could she
Uh,
undo the ropes quick enough to just throw it off in one turn, or would you need to cut them?
uh, I mean, what do you want to try? You could try either way.
Oh, if it's just like a loop of string around a what's it called? Like an anchor holding it, you could just try. You could just remove the string. Is it like that?
It's a little bit more than a string because it's meant to be secure and withstand, wind and the elements and, things. Either method, depending on how you roll, could get the job done. So what do you want to try?
Well, what kind of roll would it be to unlatch the ropes?
Probably a dexterity check.
With my proficiency or without?
Sure.
I ju- I
Well,
just-
are
I
you
just-
proficient? Are you proficient in survival?
Uh, yeah. No.
Then no.
Okay, then yeah, she's not taking any risk. She's just gonna cut it off and just throw the tent off.
Okay.
All right, what do you want?
Make me a. Just make me a dagger attack roll.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. You go along and you just kind of slice through the small bits of cord tied around the anchors on one side, and you manage to get them cut through and get the. You don't even really have to throw the canvas off very much. You kind of flip it up, but the forms inside provide enough tension that it falls away mostly on its own, and you can see standing there. Holiday, Willow, and this thing that looks fairly much, fairly similar to the creatures you fought at the keep.
All right. Well, now that the tent is off, what can I see from where Helia would have been sleeping? She wasn't this. She was with Willow, right?
Yeah. Helia, do you have a bedroll?
I think I do. Let's see. Yes, I have one.
Right. Yeah. You just see the thing kind of laying on top of her, or standing on top of her bedroll.
The bedroll's empty or ripped up or anything.
It's just empty. But that's your turn. What's Danica gonna do?
Danica, what are you gonna do, Danica?
Oh no.
You do Danica.
Let me. I'll see where are her spells.
I haven't put them in properly, but I have them listed in her class or background. Yeah, there.
Oh, okay. Passion might work with that. Might be a good idea. I think I will. Well, actually, what magic items does she have again? Back checking. Does the mirror actually do anything?
The what?
Mirror.
That's for vanity.
Okay. Hey. Cloak of displays. What does that do again?
It makes it harder to hit.
Oh, right. The displays for these thing. Okay. Okay, I think seeing the situation here and the proximity of everyone, she will attempt a hold person on this creature.
All right. She pulls out her baton and goes through the arcane motions as she chants the spell, throws it out, and you can see this kind of ethereal burst of energy that goes through and impacts this creature. Nothing seems to happen.
Man.
I mean, you're using hold person on a monster.
I know that if... Oh. It doesn't work on humanoids. Or, like...
Doesn't seem to impact it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, it resisted it.
Shrug. Doesn't seem to work.
Okay. Well, it's... Danica's turn, I guess.
Okay. Dax, go ahead and roll initiative.
Yay! All right.
Or really high dexes.
I mean, Mulligan. Oh, but that was yeah. It's still Dexus. Whatever. I gotta switch back.
The
This
whole
thing-
person is level 3, right?
Level 2. This thing is going to... well, it's going to try and hit Willow. It's got to make a wisdom saving throw, which it will... What's your DC?
I don't know.
Okay.
How do I look?
Let's see. It's 8 plus 6,
Spell look like-
14. Okay, so it succeeds.
Uh,
And it's going to slash at her with its... well, first it's going to try and bite her. Which it will do, because she's unarmored. And she's going to drop. It is then going to turn and try to claw out at Holiday. Holiday, does a
Let's see.
15 hit you?
Let me check. Hold on. Yes, it does, because I do not have mage armor on.
Okay. You're going to take 10 points of slashing damage and make me a con saving throw.
Con saving throw.
Mhm. Okay. You are poisoned for 1 round. And it is now your turn.
Poison foul, like, what does it do?
It's the poison condition, which means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh. Okay. He wants to play that game, does he? Well, she, I should say. Well, if I mean, she's gonna cast this so it doesn't catch anyone else. Like get him in the corner, I guess. The corner of the area.
Yeah, you can do that. Alright, wisdom saving throw. Nope, he fails. And is charmed.
Okay, for 1 minute. That's what's it.
Actually, no, he's not.
Oh,
Because
he has
apparently,
resistance.
apparently it seems to be immune to being charmed.
Oh. Using an item is a bonus action, right? Or
It-
just drinking potion.
It depends on the item.
A wand.
A wand. It depends on what it says. Like if it's a magic missile wand, it says that you use your action to do that.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's within then.
Death saving throw for Willow.
Let me take that spell slot.
Hold on, Waffy, don't worry. Soon, Waffy, soon. Maybe.
What if it is?
Daxus.
What if it is?
Dax- Daxus.
Well, Yeah.
Death saving throw for Willow.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Willow. Death saving throw. She's succeeded.
Juanita.
Okay.
I just realized you guys haven't actually hit it at all.
Uh.
Daxus will hit it a lot. Unfortunately.
I mean, start taking between spells and attacks. There's a spell I've been saving. I think this might be a good chance to try it. I don't know if it will work. It feels like a waste.
Well,
Right, she's gonna attempt, and before she does it, she's gonna call out to it and see if it responds in any way.
sure. Go ahead.
So hey, you! Turn around, you lumbering beast!
It does seem to hear you. You're not sure if it understands you or not, but it does turn its head and gaze at you out of the corner of its eyes as it snarls with its elongated mouth, the sides of which kind of go up nearly to the ears.
And gonna try it.
Do the spell.
Please work, spell, please work.
Command.
What are you commanding?
Let's see.
This is charm.
And what's your DC?
It doesn't say it for it. It's a charm, so.
Okay.
My command is. I commanded to halt. And my DC is it not on there? Oh crap.
Nope.
Well, let me just tell you. It's like 15.
Cool.
Okay.
Fix it so it's...
He doesn't seem to be impacted by your magic.
God damn it.
By the power of the law, command you to stop.
Okay, as her bonus action, she's going to stabilize Willow. Let her spare the dying, so she's not dying.
Danica?
Danica.
Oh, so Willow doesn't need to do his death saves anymore.
What? I'm resetting Danica's spell slots to the... alright. Alright, in order to attack... Well, there's nobody else in the creature square, right?
No.
Alright, in order to get it to attack this holiday down...
She's cut a little bit, but she's fine.
In order to make it get away from Willow, she is going to cast Cloud of Daggers in its square.
Texas.
Yes.
You're prone in your tent.
Yes.
And you can hear someone yelling, and you hear sounds of magic and snarling and all kinds of things.
Also, wait, a quick question. If I used... Well, if I tried to aim Lightning Bolt, it would hit the Holiday and Willow, wouldn't it? From their proximity, because, like, it's 5 feet wide, right?
You could position her so that it would hit either of them.
But not, well,
Not right now.
but no, I mean,
Texas.
Could it hit it, but not anyone else?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Daxus bolts to his feet in his studded pajamas.
Mhm.
He has the sun sword in his hand. It's not on yet, but it's in his hand because it was under the pillow. Is there like a javelin near him? I'll let you.
Yeah, your gear's next to you. You can probably grab one.
Would that be what kind of action? Would that be an action? of any kind?
Just grab one.
Okay, he grabs a javelin in one hand and then he rushes out the door as toward the commotion as far as I can get for my other 15 feet.
Alright. You can't quite get in melee range of it. You're really close, but
Okay, he'll throw out the javelin then.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
That does hit, although it seems to be somewhat resistant to it.
Yeah, he's going to attempt to push it away from his friends with one of these numbers. Strength save of 8 plus things.
He,
15. 15. It should be 15. Yeah.
yeah, he succeeds.
And then as his bonus, Sunblade on.
Okay. It is going to. Does it make a deck? Oh, yeah, I could just look it up.
Well, I need a reminder of how many javelin. Well, I know I can. I only have the one, but how many javelins can be held in the javelin quiver? Oh, we'll do that later.
Well,
That's not in the compendium. What the fuck? All right, whatever. Complete things. All right. Yeah, roll 44, Cookie.
okay. I was gonna ask what level it is and if it can be cast at higher levels. I don't know. So
I
it's a
think
level
it's.
When you cast it at higher level, and it's 40. Could I have cast it at
Sure.
level
Third level.
3? Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
64.
But is it at the start of its turn or when it ends?
Yeah, 64 at the start.
Oh man, that could have been better.
It's going to get all slashed up by these spinning daggers around it as it then moves around out of that space. And it's going to keep clawing at Holiday. Oof, no. Alright, it's going to lunge to bite at you, Holiday, but can't quite get at you as it's avoiding the daggers, but it's going to reach out and claw you again. Make another con saving throw. Alright, you are poisoned for one more round, and you are going to take 13 points of slashing damage. And now it's your turn.
Well, time to go all out, I guess. Boom.
I really should have attuned to the ring of protection before going to sleep. Now I remember why I wanted to.
Should she? Yeah, she'll use thing. Let's see. I can't remember how. Poet spell.
Mm-hmm.
One such material. Okay, so 3. So 17 minus 3
14 plus 12.
plus 12. 26.
Plus another 3, I assume.
Yep. So,
All right.
minus.
All right. You give a good healthy zap that it doesn't seem to be very lucky in trying to dodge, but even as you impact it fully in the chest, it doesn't seem to have the full brunt that you expected. And thinking back
All
to the
right.
keep, you remember that these things seem to have some sort of resistance
It's
to
all
lightning.
I have.
I know.
We have
Right.
thunder for
Use the staffs.
uh,
Make it with the staff.
So it has. I think I did thunder and it resisted that, and I think it resists fire as well. So she can't really do much.
Juanita,
Okay.
at this point, if we go here,
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay, we're laying it out.
Okay.
Dex, yep. Doggy's going to be it.
Mhm.
Danica's going to be right here, and Dex is here about here.
And where's the thing?
Doggy.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, doggy mutated.
Wait, and it was tagging the holiday from over there? Because it moved. Oh,
Well, it would be there. There.
okay. Alright. Yeah, is Holiday holding her staff?
Holiday does
I
have
assume so.
himself.
Oh, is that kind of strengthening it
Oh, there you go.
for like flanking purposes?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, she's gonna move in flanking and start shooting it. And you said it doesn't really look hard at all, does it?
Much.
Yeah, she's gonna start. Oh, she's gonna spin a grid because it's kind of wrecking her shit. But as she starts, she's gonna yell to Dex to Dex says, "Mighty Hylia, try and knock it out if you can." So she just starts shooting.
Oh crap! Yeah, I caught onto that a little while ago. I'm like, ugh.
That hits.
Maybe
Okay.
just theory. Maybe an 8-er.
Oh, that would be that.
That hits. That hits.
A 10.
15.
Oh wait. All right. Okay, good. Didn't want to start misfiring again.
Yeah, that also hits.
Okay. Yeah, it's my turn.
So 48, 52. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, Danica.
Danica. Okay. How badly hurt does it look after
Very,
all that?
very, 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 very bad.
Okay, she's gonna pull out her wand of magic missiles and how many charges does it have again?
10.
10, and it's
Or actually, I think it's 7. I don't know. 10 or 7.
Holidays has 7. I don't know.
I think it might have 7.
all right.
I think it probably has 7.
That would be 74.
If you're using all of it, it's 9d4.
Yeah, it's
No.
94.
Daxus is still there. So she's gonna use I don't know. I guess like 4.
Okay. 4 slots, so that's 6. You watch this cluster of 6 slightly reddish purple glowing missiles fly out from the end of the wand and impact this thing all at once simultaneously, and it just is impacted from the blow and crumples over backwards, falling on the ground.
Right.
And you watch as it kind of crawls up and then slowly just kind of withers down into a smaller, more familiar shape.
Oh. cast Further Dying on her immediately.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Is Willow okay? Did you get her? Is she alright?
yeah, she fine.
Oh.
That was something.
Dex is gonna get her a potion though.
Did anyone see the driver?
As you say that, you look over and you see the carriage, which is off like about 20 feet to the side. And you see the driver is just like peeking through like the window, clutching the edge of it with his fingers, just looking
Okay.
wide-eyed.
Okay, good. No, nobody died.
Oh, whoops. Oh, wait, never mind. I did that right.
What need to cast? So, well, here I arrived through Willow to cast the her wounds on. Oh, actually,
Does Helia look wounded, or was this like a?
She does look wounded, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You can see she's got various marks on her from where she's been, bullet wounds and various, singes and burns from magic impacts.
Alright, just as a precaution, could I just grab some rubber and tie her arms, just in case this just happened?
So she changed back from her hyena wolf form. Is this an arcana or religion check or what?
Make either one.
Arcana. Okay.
Please.
Yep. Lycanthropy is not your area of expertise, so.
I can make a cooking check.
Juanita looks if it's a full moon.
Hold on. Where's my?
Just from what she's heard about werewolves, I guess.
Well, I mean, at least one of those wounds can never truly be full.
Well, the one that is still intact.
It doesn't look particularly full.
Oh, weird.
You only had a midnight snack.
Yeah. Anyway, just as a precaution, just gonna try and tie her wrists and feet. I guess just hawk tie, Ilya. Oh man.
Yeah, you hog tie Helia.
Okay, and then I will. Where is it?
You're surprisingly good at that one. You said you have a lot of practice.
That now's not the time, Dexes. And cure wounds for there. 12 HP.
Alright. Okay. You watch as she kind of comes to the cork.
Sorry, I'm fixing it.
She comes to, and the eyes blink open as she looks around. The face is kind of dazed for a moment.
Here
And
he
then
is.
she kind of blinks, and you see the eyes go yellow. She kind of starts snarling.
Oh god.
Oh no. We killed her.
She kind of lays there on the ground, struggling.
But she's not. It doesn't look like she's turning again, or just still feral.
Holiday will pet Helia on her head and scratch behind her ears.
Would Willow know if this is a curse that she can at least stave off with a remove curse temporarily?
Make a religion check for Willow.
Okay.
Yeah, Juanita, as you're considering this, you look at Helia, and Holiday is over there trying to pet her, and you can see Helia is trying to bend her neck back and trying to snap at Holiday's fingers, but can't quite get at them. The teeth are slightly fang-like, sharpened incisors, and the eyes are yellow, but her form seems more or less stable for now.
Okay, good thing I occupied her. Dex is out. I'll give her still.
Okay, yeah, he'll come over and does it look like she could potentially break out of those things sometime soon? The way
Not
she's
your state.
thrashing. Okay,
No.
okay. Nah, he's not gonna put it on then.
Oh yeah, at least not to hurt herself as well.
I'm assuming Willow didn't get anything with that roll, or just
Yeah, she can try. She has,
Yeah.
of course, prepared.
that almost does. Let me look.
If it's like cancer, it might not do anything. But I mean, might as well try. I don't know.
I don't know what level it is. No, I don't think she has it prepared.
She does. It's level 3. She has
Oh.
it prepared since you asked her to have it prepared in case of.
Okay.
Yeah, she casts it. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Mm,
Worth trying.
guess we gotta hold her down until this passes. Hey, Helia, listen, it's calm down. It's us. Look, and it gestures at all, and she seemed to like comprehend anything.
Make an insight check.
She reacting to the sunlight of the sunblade at all? I can't remember if they were. Well, I
Sure,
guess we never
let's
saw
do.
them in daylight. Okay.
She's responding to your voice, but not in a manner that indicates that she's conscious of the words themselves. She's just kind of looking at you and snarling and snapping her teeth.
Yeah, Dex, I don't think she has any control over herself right now. What are we gonna do?
Maybe she's
Trying to think.
hungry.
When it tries to like feed her some ration very carefully.
It's like the ending of Shaun of the Dead. We just have this.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh boy. Check. Where the heck is there? Oh, good.
Okay, yeah,
They're
you
very
managed.
good at feeding dangerous creatures.
Yeah, she's very clearly trying to get more than just a ration, but you managed to keep your fingers out of danger as you feed her. You kind of get it all in her mouth, at least, although about half of it ends up chewed and wasted and slobbered on the ground as she's just kind of gnashing all around.
Does she eat what's in her mouth though?
Yeah.
Does it seem to calm her down a bit?
Nope.
Oh jeez.
Maybe we should get Doggy out and have him talk to her.
I don't think.
Actually, Daxus could talk to her. He just needs to tune his demon armor. Maybe if she speaks if she understands the language that the other thingies did.
I mean,
Try.
you didn't unattune from it, did you?
Well, he's not wearing it.
Like, you can put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will take me a little bit. Willow will help Daxus put his armor on. I mean, am I still like? Do I have to like wait for an attuning period to reattune to it, or am I still attuned? I'm just not wearing it.
You don't have to be wearing it to be attuned to it.
Okay.
Did you unattune from it?
No.
Okay, yeah. If you're still attuned to it, you're still attuned to it. You just have to put it on to gain the benefits of it.
Okay, cool. He'll get back in it, and then he'll walk up to her. It's infernal that he speaks, right? Or is it abyssal? It's one or the other.
I think it is.
I have it written somewhere. Let me look.
It's
Understand-
abyssal.
Abyssal, yeah. So he walks up and says in abyssal, "Can you understand me?"
Actually, hold on. You can understand abyssal. I'm not sure if you can speak abyssal.
It says you can understand and speak abyssal. I think I was quoting verbatim.
Let me just double check.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
also imagine in my head if Dax is like speaking Abyssal with that, he just sounds like Darth Vader, just with that armor on.
You can understand and speak Abyssal. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, you all hear Dax is talking hella strange.
Yep.
Looks over at you. Daxus kind of snarls and in the same language, snapping her teeth still. It says, "Release me, you infernal pigs."
Who am I speaking to?
Your
My Abyssal voice.
devourer.
The Devourer. My Abyssal voice is just my regular voice.
She said, "Your devourer."
Oh, you're a Devourer. Why do you say that?
I will gorge on your intestines and
Oh, my.
feast on your blood.
I was thinking of the other your tense. But no, how about we not do that? Is Helios still in there?
I am Helia.
And
Oh,
that
Helia.
doesn't sound like you. Oh wait, no, I can't say
Oh
that.
yeah.
Carry
Yeah,
on.
you can't.
Yeah, he said he'll relay that to the others. She says she is Helia, but she also says she wants to eat us. He'll say back to it. What do you want most other than eating us?
Make a. Are you intimidating or persuading it?
Persuading, actually.
Okay.
It'd probably be easier if I was intimidating, but yeah.
Why does it want to eat us?
Persuasion roll.
Yeah. Just kind of snarls and snaps its teeth at you. You don't need to worry about anything other than being digested.
Dax is by telling her to fight it, to compose herself and just fight whatever urges she's having.
Dexus, as you look at it with your eagle eyes, you kind of zoom in and you see these little fleas and insects and things that are crawling around on his arms. You see two of them going over and very slowly untying the knot of the rope. No, not really. But
No.
That would be creepy, actually.
That would be. You. Oh. And she says she wants to devour us in her intestines. Well, that's not an option.
Why does she want to eat us? Is she just hungry or angry?
Sorry, are you just hungry or angry? Why do you want to eat us? We're not that tasty.
you either exist to devour or to be devoured.
It's a pretty dangerous philosophy. Eventually, won't be much left.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do I have any control of what's going on?
As far as you are aware, you are asleep.
So there's no way of me knowing that this is happening so I can fight it.
Nope.
Damn.
Nexus is starting to think that persuading it might not be working, but I mean, he's not gonna. Yeah, he's just gonna stop for a moment, just gonna think, because that's what I'm doing.
Yes, we could wait it out. But
We should probably put something on her mouth. Over her mouth.
Wish there's some way to just shake her out of this. I don't think I have anything. I don't have many magic items that do that sort of thing.
Because we can avoid-
Dexus will say, even more than devouring us, you want vengeance more than anything, don't you?
Kind of snarls at you. Release me and I'll show you what I want.
That's not how this works.
Maybe we can hunt a deer. Do you like deer?
See,
You notice, Holiday, that it does, as you say that, it turns and looks at you with its one eye. And just kind of, there's a glint in the yellow of it. Where it turns back and just snaps back at Daxus.
Dax ask her what if we bring her something else to devour?
what if we bring you something else to devour?
I am not useless invalid to be fed at your hands. I will hunt and kill and devour on my own, and I'm going to start with your sweet, slimy, sticky insides.
So you want to hunt more than you want to eat.
Snarls at you again.
I mean, like, I think we're getting some sort of understanding here, but I don't think it's helping very much.
Maybe you could get her a live rabbit.
No, I don't think feeding it's going to help. It wants to hunt just as much as it wants to eat, I think. It wants to catch its food and overpower it and kill it. And, you know, it's whatever's happening to her right now, it's not good. It's clearly evil. I don't think we should feed into that.
Tell it if it gives us let's Helia be herself again. We'll let Helia go hunting with her bow and stuff.
Okay. He says back to it. My boss here says that he doesn't. Never mind. If you let the Helia that we know back out, if you wake her up, then what is it you said? She'll go hunting with you.
No, we'll
Yeah,
let
then-
her. We'll let her
Then
go hunting.
Then we'll let you go hunting. That's what she said.
Kind of screws up its face for a moment. Deal.
Does anything change?
It just kind of closes its eyes and goes limp.
Oh. Helia?
There's no response.
I just
Helia.
shake
I got-
her leg a bit. Keep thing away from her mouth. Just shake her a bit.
And you reach over and you grab her leg and you shake her, and she's kind of groans slightly.
Oh, okay. I thought he was being cute.
Helia, wake up.
Oh.
She waking up?
Seems to be. Seems kind of groggish. Just kind of moaning and groaning a bit.
Helia, say something.
What's going on? What happened?
Helia, you don't say that.
Oh, I don't. Oh,
Can I insight her?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay. I'm not terribly good at this. Can I do it with Willow as well?
Sure.
Oh well, yay! I'll do it with Willow.
Yeah, you see she keeps kind of like groaning and grunting like someone who's waking up all groggily, and you see the one eye like peek open and it's yellow, and she closes it again. Hurry up.
She's faking.
Okay, well, good. You noticed that because I was gonna have you hold her mouth shut while I checked her eyes.
Okay, so we tie her down and tie her mouth, something around her mouth. Then.
Well, if you're gonna be dishonest like this, he's saying this in Abyssal, then there's no hunt. You're gonna remain tied till we figure out how to get rid of you. And then he just says to the others, "Okay, this can be fixed. We can fix this. We just have to have eyes on her at all times now."
I don't know. Is there a cure to lycanthropy, Nexus?
Is that what this is?
I don't know what else to call it. Like, it's like those creatures we fought, and well, remember what they did to her. Maybe even coming back to life, they left her with something.
Willow, do you have any idea? Have you heard anything in the church? Somebody who might be able to help us with this situation? Maybe reverse this.
I mean, yeah, I've heard of lycanthropy, and I mean, I've never really dealt with it myself, but I know that, it's, something that the elder priests have fixed before.
Okay. It's good.
Oh, then maybe, I mean, we can't go to the keep like this. Should we go back to the city with her and see if we can get her help?
Danica will say, well, at this point, we may as well go to Nostana, or just as close to there as we are to Silmorn.
They got good priests there, good churches.
We do have friends in Ravenbrook as well, should we want to go all the way there. But she just kind of shrugs.
I think Nostana would have the research materials and religious facilities that would probably help with this problem.
And I mean, also it's the closest, so we don't want to really waste time with this, or even take her to Raven. Well, I don't know. Everywhere is dangerous. Take her, I guess.
Fair point. Yeah. Oh. Well, we're at least on the guard a little bit there, except for the gate guard. Assuming that we run into him again.
So we'll, as long as she's like this, we'll keep her tied up, and I guess I'll be feeding her some just to starve.
Yeah, we'll keep feeding her the rations as we always do.
Yeah.
That Healy can definitely put those away.
Yeah. Mine, especially now, but I don't know. Maybe it'll. What time of day is it? What time is it?
It's about midnight.
Oh wow, that early. Well,
eating, I think, is less the issue and more that it wants to kill.
No. That's not what I'm thinking. That's like when we encountered them, that night we saw them leaving the fortress. They seemed to. Well, there was no way to confirm it, but they seemed to be more active at night. So maybe maybe in the morning it'll slow down a bit. That's less thing.
There's a spell. I feel like I've heard of it. It's because it was like on that shield that covered the fortress, right? It was like protection from good and evil, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Does any of us know that? Could any of us learn that? I don't know if that would work. Maybe that's something we should ask the temples.
I can cast it. I'm pretty sure Willow can as well.
Holiday says her book, Tomb of Infinite Magic, is currently on protection from evil.
Really?
But it doesn't really. I mean, it protects someone from other creatures. If this is Helia, then I don't think it can protect her from herself.
What do you say, Holiday? Does that What is the what is the spell description?
Oh.
What does it do?
Okay. One willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Okay.
And it's one willing creature. It's not like. Okay.
Oh, whoa! The target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them, but still, the willing thing is probably the.
Well, and
If
also
the target is
by-
already. Oh, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect. Ooh, okay. Well, at the very least, we can give that.
Yeah, but willing.
Yeah. Well, no. It says if it's already possessed, then it gets a saving throw. Advantage on saving throw.
But I think it has to be willing.
No, because if you're possessing somebody, you're never going to be willing.
Sure.
Because I think that's like though it's.
Well, yeah. Well, she can try it now, I guess. She's using her Tome of Infinite Magic to cast protection from evil.
Right.
On-
Could it work
think-
that way, Halsey? I mean, that
I
doesn't.
mean, you could try.
we don't exactly know what's going on, so yeah, have to try it.
We don't even
Right.
know if it's getting a.
Yeah, you
save.
Hey,
You-
Willow doesn't have it prepared, does she?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, you cast a spell. By the way, when you turned the page earlier, did you mark down the number of pages?
No.
Okay, yeah, make sure you mark it down one.
How much? Mark what? No.
There's a number of pages in the book. It goes down by one
Just
every
write
time the page.
One page turn.
Well, no, because it has already how many pages it has. No, that's not it. What the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, you don't have it actually written down. Oh, damn. I think I erased it from Danica's inventory. I think it had 28 pages, so it would have 27 now.
Okay.
You wanted to double check that don't you have like the original thing for it?
It's a roll.
Oh, okay.
Also, you don't have that. You sold that scroll.
Which one?
Doc Holiday. The scroll of conjuration that teleports to the demi-plane.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, roll a D100. Alright, so... Okay, the page is not turned. It doesn't seem to have any effect because Helia is certainly not willing.
Okay. Well, then what is that whole? How can you be possessed and then be willing? Or we don't even know if that's what's happening though. Really, it's kind of not that. I guess.
I think it actually really is Hylia. It's like part of herself now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Corrupted somehow.
Danica will say, I think maybe Juanita's right. We need to, I don't know, gag it perhaps and just wait.
Yeah.
Get to Nostana as quick as possible.
All right. Let's do that.
Yeah, got her.
You get a length of rope, just kind of put it in her mouth, and she starts chewing on it, slobbering.
Surprisingly good at that one. You have a lot of experience. I might.
Okay, it just slab stacks us upside the back of the head.
Connie just stares at him.
You guys return to an uneasy rest as Holiday finishes her watch, and then, well, Helia seems unable to take a watch, so Danica will take her place and then wake up Juanita. And throughout the rest of the night, you can all kind of hear her continuing to thrash around and kind of struggle and chew on her gag, trying to break free, but is far too weak to do so.
I'm
She'll
After
get
being,
assuming,
tired eventually.
I'm assuming we're regaining all our stuff, right?
the morning comes, you all regain all of your hit points and everything. Uh, Juanita, you took last watch, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did notice, uh, despite being tired, that partway through your watch, Helia seemed to settle down.
Okay,
As morning comes and dawn breaks, you all wake up. And Helia, you wake up. You are tired. You had, a lot of bad dreams, and you have like a slight kind of headache. And as you're waking up, it's even worse because you seem to be bound and gagged, and your mouth is full of all kinds of rope fibers and saliva.
Do I remember the dreams? What kind of dreams were they?
You don't remember. You just remember that they made you feel bad and uncomfortable and disturbed.
So I don't remember anything, do I?
do I notice her squirming around?
Oh, they should take a picture.
Uh,
Can I try to spit it out or to scream?
You can't get the gag out of your mouth. You are hogtied with your arms and your legs behind you, and the rope is tied in your mouth. But you can try and make noise around it.
Yeah, can I grunt or groan?
And Juanita, as you're there, still finishing off your watch, you can hear and see Juanita kind of moving around and grunting and groaning.
She's gonna go over and check on her. Helia? Open your eyes wide.
Okay, she will do so.
They seem normal.
Alright, she's carefully gonna remove the gag first.
She's gonna cough a few times. And she's gonna be entirely confused.
Are
She's
you
gonna ask Panic, what the hell's going on?
are you feeling okay? Do you have any urges to kill all of us?
She's gonna bluntly stare at Juanita for a few seconds. She's gonna be, no, why?
I don't know how to tell you this, but
You turned into a monster in the middle of the night.
Hey, you're not. No, it's not there.
So you said you didn't know how.
During the night, you turn into one of those things we fought at the fortress. One of those things that killed you, and we think you might be infected with whatever that is. And you almost killed Willow.
She's gonna stay silent, gonna process every word that he said, and she's gonna gasp, and her eyes are gonna water. She's gonna say, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, but
Is she okay?
we're gonna take you to an Astana. We'll figure a way to fix this.
Is Willow okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's probably all rested up now, and yeah, she's gonna call everyone over. Are you sure you're in control of yourself now?
She's just gonna nod, and she's gonna quickly say, "Please untie me."
Okay, she's gonna gingerly untie her. Whole thing is turn into a monster again. And as she does so, she'll tell Hilaire, well, it seems like this thing affects you at night most. Oh, yeah, she's calling everyone over.
Yeah, everyone's already kind of in the process of waking up, and they come out as you call.
Does Willow come up as well?
Yeah, you has Juanita is untying you, Helia. You kind of look over. You've apparently spent the night here, hogtied out, kind of on the open ground, and you look over at what was your tent, kind of haphazardly and off-kilter remade. And you see Hilo kind of emerging from it hesitantly.
Oh, you mean Willow? Willow.
Yeah, Willow. That's what I said.
He said Helia.
You said Helia.
Whatever. I don't believe you.
Helia's gonna look at everyone, but she's gonna hold Willow's gaze, and she's gonna take a few steps back. She's gonna cover her mouth with her hands, and she's gonna start to panic.
Hey, calm down. It's okay. We'll deal with this, right, Texas?
Yeah, we'll get it. We already got a plan. We're gonna head to Nistana, find a temple, find an expert in this kind of thing. It's not necessarily lycanthropy, was it called? But it might be something close to it. And Willow says that the church people know their stuff. They know lycanthropy. They might know this.
She's not gonna hear any of that. She's gonna block everyone out. She's gonna start screaming, "This is all my fault."
Willow will slap. Sorry, not Willow. Holiday will slap her.
Willow will slap her.
Whoa!
Out of it, woman.
I don't know why. I said Willow, but
Holiday grabs Willow's arm and slaps him.
Roll an improvised weapon attack.
Oh man,
You're far too amused by that.
Hades dying. Oh man.
So does she?
yeah, Holiday slaps her.
Oh well. Yeah, she's gonna stop and she's gonna stare at Holiday for a few
And then-
seconds, and
Holiday
then
will.
say thank you.
Okay, good. As long as you understand.
Oh, that actually worked.
She, stay strong. Holiday will tell her, stay strong. You'll get through this.
Yeah,
She's
come on.
gonna
Don't lose yourself.
Yeah, we need you in control. All right,
just
gonna be with you through this whole thing. All right.
she's gonna turn to Willow and she's gonna walk towards her. She's gonna hug her. She's gonna whisper, "I'm so sorry."
You can all kind of see Willow kind of winces as Helia comes up, and she's kind of stiff for a moment as Helia hugs her, and then she just wraps her arms around her and squeezes you tight. Helia, it's okay. It's not your fault. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And then Helia bites into her.
all
neck.
here.
Now, Daxis, do you still have those manacles?
I think I do. Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Okay.
Because last time we used them was on that bounty, and we got to take them back.
So
Carry those.
before we commence, Helia is gonna ask, "Do you still have the ropes that you tied me?"
Yeah.
And you said that this usually happens during the night.
Well, it seems that way.
She's gonna sigh and she's gonna look at all of you quite serious. She's gonna say, "Every night before I sleep, I want you all to tie me.
Yep.
Just to make sure that nothing else happens again."
Okay.
I feel a lot better about doing it now that we have your permission.
Okay.
So we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, it's can't let you hurt yourself or anyone else. But yeah, just for a few more days. Actually, how far away are we from Nastana? About
Make a intelligence check.
oh boy.
I can do
Oh.
this.
You think you're about 8 days.
Oh jeez.
You are about 5 days out from Silmorn. Silmorn is a bit closer, but only about by 3 days worth.
Yeah, we still kind of sort of want to get to our fortress and meet the guy. I mean, he's gonna
But
be mad, but he's probably gonna leave, really. But I mean, if he's...
Either way, we're taking a detour. So I don't know. Do we care more about Helia or the keep?
Yeah, I mean, fair point.
Because
Yeah.
Holiday is ready to go back to Silmon.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. All the way back. Well, I guess 3 days could.
Isn't it closer to? Are we closer to Silmon? So,
Yeah.
By 3 days.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's 3 days.
It's
that we
pretty
don't have to deal
significant.
with.
Yeah.
I don't like going backwards.
Holiday is ready to go back to Silmon. Holiday votes for Silmon. Silmon! And she slammed her fist on the table.
That's like, jeez! Stop!
Where'd this table come from?
How'd you do this? Where did just summon this table?
She just summoned like a solid surface and she can slam her fist on.
Just saw
for,
the
like,
table.
1
It's
second.
Yeah, what is it? That rock fist thing that you made that one time? It just comes up. You burn that spell slot.
Alright.
All right, Daxus will vote. He kind of wants to move on in Astana, but he totally gets it. If you guys feel like it'd be better to go back.
yeah.
I mean, like, realistically, they have better temples, and I mean, more temples, more options there. This kind of thing. So, yeah.
And besides, we're gonna have to deal with not just keeping her tied up, but what if she turns into that thing again? Like, and we can't delay at all with this.
But here's something. If the churches can't help, then the next best thing is to talk to a wizard we know, and that's closer to Nastana. Like, I mean, there's a guy who runs a shop, but then there's the hermit wizard. His name is fleeing my mind right now. The guy near.
And we can also ask for help from
Chaos.
Duke Nalrath.
And they also, we have to in Silmorn as well.
Okay.
Cork's
Besides-
name is literally right there.
Huh?
His name is literally right there.
I'm sorry, I was looking through my notes.
Can you
I'm
not see
on
it?
that page. I'm
You
not on
can't
the
see
page.
it.
Sorry, I'm coming back. Where?
Anacroth.
But also, does
Anarcross.
does
Yay.
Daxus want to even more favors?
No, not really. I really don't.
Right,
I
so-
feel like I don't hate that man, but I don't like it when we see him.
Right, well, Silmorn it is. Gonna go talk to the driver.
Yeah, you see he is already awake and he's got some heavy bags under his eyes. Doesn't look like he slept well. And he's just kind of like over by the carriage with the crossbow in our hand. Not pointing at you, but he's clearly just kind of fiddling with it, eyeing you all very like warily.
Okay, it's okay. Look, our friend is sick. We're gonna have to go back to Silmorn.
Post haste.
Yeah.
As fast as you can.
We're still going to the keep, but it's a priority that we go back to Silmorn for now.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed the sounds last night, but there's a bit of an issue going on.
Yeah.
Monsters.
Well,
Crap.
all right, fine. Be honest, it suits me just fine. I got paid in advance. Just don't expect me to take you back out once we get back to the city.
Now, well, I mean, we can probably get another drive.
Yeah.
It's not like you're
particularly special or anything.
All right, hurry up and get in.
Now's not the time to be taking flights, Texas. Let's just get going.
I'm sorry, that was out of line. I was trying to be funny. and not very
It
funny.
was out of line.
All right. You spend the next 5 days making the journey back west to Silmorn. Each night, you go through the process of manacling and tying up Helia. Willow agrees to stay in the tent with her, although she does kind of sit awake for a while and wait for Helia to fall asleep before she kind of settles down.
Should we actually cycle off who's with her each night? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. For
the moment, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
The nights, you all take your watches and pay particularly close attention to Helia throughout the night. Nothing seems to happen. Helia, you wake up in the morning. You don't have particularly good or bad dreams, so to speak. You have an uncomfortable night's rest every night, tied up, bound. Not enough to exhaust you, but you wake up every morning with an ache between your shoulder blades with your arms kind of bound, and the general atmosphere and knowledge of what you've been told is weighing heavily on your psyche. But other than that, doesn't seem to be any occurrences.
Well, talking among ourselves, Juanita would kind of like inquire I don't know. I don't know what keeps the calendar, but like, was there anything significant about that night? Was it a particular date or something?
Can we like roll the?
Make intelligence checks.
I know.
All of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that like keep track of the date.
Mhm.
Sitting too far away from my screen for this.
I have no fucking idea. It's like it's
Holiday rolled a 19, so
Healy, if you want, you can make an intelligence check too.
Oh.
You can have Willow and Danica make one also.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Daxus and Willow
Ooh.
just have a.
That's for. Yeah, that's for Danica, the 19.
Helia, you kind of think about it, and you don't come up with anything right away, but you're piecing stuff together, and you're slowly assembling some kind of theory. Holiday and Danica seem to arrive at it quicker and are discussing it, and they both kind of throw it out there out loud to the group. Well, the twin moons, they complete a cycle every 4 days around each other.
Oh.
I mean, it has her here at the outskirts of Silmorn, almost to the city.
Mhm.
It's been more than that, so it's probably not necessarily related to the moons at all in any way you can fathom. Otherwise, she might have transformed again. Marking back the days of the weeks and the month, 5 days ago was, and they get with Helia too, and she's kind of piecing together her recollection. 5 days ago when she transformed would have been exactly 2 months after she supposedly, well, or say it this way, 1 month ago from the night that she transformed was the night before you assaulted Kendana's keep.
Hmm.
And exactly 1 month before that would have been when Helia came back to life.
Did something happen to her when we insulted the keep? Trying to- Do you remember anything happened to her? I don't think anything did.
Uh,
I think. Uh,
Holiday. Do you have something, Cindy?
I was saying. I think her being brought back to life is the more important point. Not exactly the assault on the keep. Personally,
With your
it was just
intelligence roll, you do remember that 1 month ago on this night, the night before you assaulted the keep, that night there were those deaths.
Oh.
Oh no! Oh, that. Ah. That's what that was.
Oh God, Ilya, what?
We should have gone to Nistana. Dexus is right all the time. Sigh. Oh boy. Does anyone tell Ilya this? I don't know.
I mean,
I mean,
she
yeah,
was.
this is she's here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This conversation is being spoken out loud, and yeah, they kind of proposed. You're all discussing this out loud, and you were already getting to that sort of conclusion. They just kind of led you there a bit quicker. 2 months ago, you came back to life. Exactly 1 month later, in that camp with the king and Zatara and his uncle, with the rest of the forces outside of Kendana's keep, there were those deaths that no one seemed to know how exactly they occurred, other than that they were kind of ripped apart and covered in claw and bite marks. And then exactly 1 month after that night was when you apparently attacked Willow.
I am so personally shocked at the moment.
Oh man.
Which I want to take a little out of character moment to say, this is not me bullshitting you for dramatic effect. I have a map with exact miles and distances and travel times and calendar exact dates.
Oh man.
Literally 1 month after she came back to life was when you guys were stationed with the army outside Kendana's keep.
Oh my word.
And then
Okay.
1 month after that was you here on the road.
Oh, like after you're like setting up this whole like calendar thing, you can do cool things like that.
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's too late to turn back to Nastana now. We're already helping Silmon.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
back at the city. You haven't gone
Dang.
inside the gates yet, but
Yeah.
you're still all having this conversation in the carriage as you are approaching the main causeway and the gate leading inside.
This is the last night I'm using these headphones. I'm sorry. Are you still getting the weird interference?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Do we go straight to Cathedral?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by cathedral, do you mean the temple to Katerin, or do you want to go to a different one?
Which one? Does anyone who
which
does?
one?
Holiday
Is,
does.
which one is the least likely to just want to have her killed? Can
Oh,
I ask Willow?
did she ask Willow? I'm gonna roll for that.
Will, you don't need to roll for Willow. Sure, tell you. Well,
Like, we want to help her. We don't want her to.
I don't think they might ask questions. I don't think we should tell them too much. And she kind of looks at Willow, at Yulia. But typically, I mean, it's an affliction, and if they can, well, I mean, most priests, well, if they're true, want to cure it, not, well.
Okay, well,
Right.
that what we know will We'll keep to ourselves.
Which church will likely be more familiar with lycanthropy?
Well, the Church of Catherine has the whole library and everything, so they're probably the most knowledgeable, I would think.
They do seem to be the most prominent in the city, but any temple with a seasoned priest with enough knowledge and experience should be able to handle something like that. I think I might be able to as well. Well, when she kind of hesitates and falters. Well, I don't know. I haven't really studied up on this kind of thing. I kind of maybe I should have before I left the temple, but I don't know. Anyone should probably be okay. She kind of shrugs.
Okay, well, Catherine, I guess. So Holiday can. So while everyone else is talking to Priest, Holiday can break off and research in the library.
Alright, unless like Willow wants to try like putting in a good word with the Temple of Ravindra.
Well, I mean, we at least know some of the people at the Temple of Catherine, and they know I'm a cleric of Ravindra. I don't think it'll be too bad.
Alright. Let's go.
Right. You head on up to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Grunt barely waits for you to disembark before he takes off again.
Oh, Grunt. I'm just gonna write his name in our notes just so he's not completely forgotten. Their coach driver named Grunt.
It's more than anyone could ever hope for. Think of all the characters we crossed paths that aren't even in our notes.
I think, well, I don't know, I wrote a lot of them. The named ones. This guy has a name. He's called Grunt. So.
Yep, you're there before the grand cathedral with the armored, winged, knightly figure encased in stone above the main Bastilican, whatever it is. You head inside, and a couple of acolytes come to greet you and bid you good day. How can they assist you?
Holiday asks to be pointed to the library. Posties.
Well, do you have? They kind of look around.
Just take her to Archivist Osno. He knows her.
Very well. Come with us, please.
As the holiday goes, she what is gonna ask one of the other acolytes if there's like a priest we can talk to.
What manner of priest do you need exactly? We have a number of clergy available if you need services.
Do you have any who are proficient with dealing with I don't know, like good curses and maladies and the sort?
A purger, yes. Very well. And the other one will trot off. Holiday, you are taken to
Osno?
Huh?
Osno?
Yep. Yeah, you're taken to Archivist Osno, and he is just kind of walking down a corridor, leaning on his long, gnarled wooden staff. You're just kind of like right up in front of him before he kind of cranes his neck up and notices you there with the acolyte. Archivist, this woman. Oh yes, the last. Yes.
Hello, sir. I'm afraid we need your help again.
Yeah, the doctor. Yes, the doctor. Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Doctor.
My friend is stricken with Holiday. My friend is stricken with lycanthropy of the hyena kind. and I've come here to research while she is taken to the priest.
He's kind of like scratching at his little white beard tuft. I don't recall a case of lycanthropy here in the capital in a number of years. Well, we have purgers here. They should be able to handle it, but, well, why not come along to the library? Let's go. He will lead you off to the archives again and send a couple of junior archivists off to gather a number of books.
Yes, so she's gonna research that specific form of lycanthropy, hyena. Because it looks like a hyena.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Advantage.
Oh, jeez.
I am so good at this. I am the best.
Good thing you had been.
Well, Osno rolled double fours.
Wow.
Uh,
You guys just have a good time. Just
Yeah.
browsing the
I mean,
library.
I mean, I can spend some time there. Try again in a bit, I guess.
Yeah, mostly you guys spend a good while just going through different books, and you spend the next half hour or so listening to Osno berate the junior archivist as he demeans their ability and capacity to bring the appropriate tomes. In the meanwhile, the rest of you are approached by what is very clearly a senior clergyman, dressed in very similar garb to the rest of the acolytes and priests here, but with vestments that are more adorned and ornate, although with a different style and cut to them than that of Osno.
Does Daxus know that the language he speaks is Abyssal? He wears it on.
I think Deos told you.
Okay, alright, so he knows what it is. Alright. So I was just thinking that might help narrow the search if they knew that it was Abyssal speaking creatures, which are usually devils, right? Or no,
demons.
Demons and
The hint is in the name. Demon over.
Abyss. Oh, demon. Oh, well, I guess it is. Forgot that he was just literally called that.
Yeah, you see this man walking forward. He appears probably in his late 30s, maybe early 40s. Dark jet black hair that's cut very short with a kind of flat top, a small pointed goatee that's just barely covering the tip of his chin. There's a very slight hint of a dulled gray at the temples and a few small shallow wrinkles along the edges of his eyes. Yes, good afternoon. I am Purger. Where is I had a moment ago?
Purger Perkins.
Calm. Calm.
Ooh.
Yeah, calm down. What's your problem? I'll purge it for you.
Yes, yeah, good evening. So, not to waste any time, are you familiar with dealing with cases of lycanthropy?
Kind of watch his eyes narrow just a little bit, not accusatory, but more inquisitively. And he kind of goes from face to face looking at each of you. It's been a number of years since we've had such a case brought to the temple. I am versed in it. Yes. What is the problem?
Well, first of all, are you able to heal?
Budget.
Yeah, I guess. Are you able to purge
Oh,
it?
cure.
Cure it. Yeah, cure it. There we go.
We also don't know that it is like
He just holds up his hand. A moment, please. Let us retire to more private corridors.
Of course.
And he will kind of lead you off to a room along one of the wings of the cathedral. It seems kind of like a general all-purpose room. There is a very small altar dedicated to Katerin, with just two simple wooden pews in front of it, and then behind it, a table and a bench and a couple of things here and there that look like they could be used for priestly rituals and such. Candles and tapers and chalices and censers and instruments that they would use. First things first, tell me, who is the afflicted?
The gently ushers Celia forwards.
He just kind of looks you up and down very briefly, Helia, then kind of holds your gaze. Now, first, are you naturally born or recently afflicted?
Buffy.
Waffy!
I'm gonna call her.
Oh yeah, you could restart the call. She said we should try that next time.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Alright.
Huh.
Like, oh,
You guys realize that you don't have to hang up. I can just hang up on her and call her back,
Oh, okay.
Just yeah, I just did it for this.
Yeah, I thought so, but then everyone started leaving, so I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Waffy, are you here?
Oh.
Alright.
Hey.
He's asking Helia some questions. We're trying to get you healed.
Yeah, Waffy, Helia. He's asked this priest in front of you. He's asking, are you a naturally born lycanthrope, or is this recently inherited?
Inherited.
I see, or inflicted, I should say. I see. How did this occur?
Oh, we were attacked by a group of them, and she was, bitten.
Whew.
I mean,
Dex is
it's
just
technically
thinking
true.
now of all the other ones that are out there now, and that
Yeah, and
this is gonna become
the
an
ones
issue.
we killed.
Waffy, if you're too tired, it's okay if you want to go to sleep.
Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
Waffy.
Sure, and then I'll go.
All right. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
This one through, and then I'll go.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
all right.
all right.
All right.
Don't worry. Soon you guys are gonna be doing this earlier, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
better.
We did start late too.
Yeah.
He looks at you, Helia. What is the nature of this curse? What manner of lycanthropy is it?
It's evil and death related.
What is the form that you take?
What do you mean by form?
When you change,
Oh,
what manner of beast do you become?
This is kind of why I pictured what it was. I wasn't trying to make a pervy joke.
It's
Earlier.
It's hyena.
hyena. Oh yeah. A hyena.
Kind of like a gnoll-ish thing.
Yeah.
You see, he kind of makes a weird expression and draws back a bit. Hyena.
They also speak Abyssal.
he kind of looks confused and looks at Hila. You speak the devil's tongue.
She doesn't. But she did when she's under the effects of the affliction.
He looks even more confused now.
Oh God.
Lycanthropy does not bestow these sorts of things.
Oh.
Knowledge is not passed through the curse. Languages and such.
Well.
Nor am I aware of a gnollish hyena kind of lycanthrope.
Well, we know
there's
that.
a jackalware, but those are different.
Well, what we do know for certain is that she was attacked by creatures like these, and that is these taking the same form as them, and they also had actually she'll confirm with Daxus. Daxus, did they also have this ability?
Which ability?
To converse in the language.
Yeah, that's how I first understood them when I was wearing that armor.
So whatever curse this is, it's certainly passed on to her.
I see. This is...
And we don't know if it's a curse, because we tried the remove curse thing and it didn't seem to do anything.
He lets out a very small sigh, and he has one hand kind of balled into a fist in front of his stomach and the other on top of it, and he's just kind of drumming his fingers on the back of his other hand. This is abnormal. I would normally, if this were the case, attempt to remove the curse. If this has already been attempted and failed, I am unsure what other course you can take. Speaking frankly, this does not sound like a typical case of lycanthropy to me. For one, I am unaware of the sort of lycanthropy that would change one into a beast such as you describe, nor one that gives them knowledge of language outside of their own mind and experience.
Oh, if it's any help, we know that this affliction manifested a month after her injury. That points you in any direction.
I see. Well,
Dax is just thinking more and more. This might be just something that
Permanent.
Yeah, she's gonna have to live with. Just there's one day every month that she has to be chained to the floor.
Yep.
I will attempt the ritual, and he goes through the process of kind of setting up his instruments and goes through a very brief spell ritual that washes over you, Hila, and you feel the magic, graze across your body and seep into your form. But there's no way to really tell if it worked or not. I'm afraid that this is the only assistance I can offer in this manner. I cannot say for sure whether it will work or not. What you describe is unknown to me.
Maybe there's something in your archives.
Perhaps. You can perhaps find Archivist Osno and see if he can learn something. I advise you caution and that you keep a close eye on yourself, and he looks into the rest of you, your companion. Uh, assuming that this is lycanthropy and it follows the same symptoms as the forms that I am aware of, it should occur on a regular schedule that can be easily tracked.
Funny the nods, and so that's right. Are you saying this might just be something she just has to deal with? There might not be a cure?
I'm not saying that for certain. What you describe is not something I'm familiar with. It's nothing I have ever encountered or studied on before. I cannot. Yeah, it might have been cured by my ritual just now, but there's not much of a way to tell other than to wait and see. And if it has not worked, then that does not mean there is no cure. It just means that a different one must be found.
Juanita nods.
Might I ask what spell you just did? What that was?
It is a divine intonation to remove the curse.
Okay.
If she has not inherited this curse naturally through her parentage, but is received through a wound from another lycanthrope, it should remove it from her person. Well, in the event that I have failed, it is important that you do your best to fight this curse as much you can. It will be difficult. There is not a way for you to suppress it. If the curse persists in your body, it will take hold no matter how strong your will. But you must fight it all the same. If you embrace this curse, it will take seed in your soul, and the nature of your being will be changed.
Jeez.
Oh.
Embracing this curse and what it means is a taint that will draw you irrevocably to the side of evil and will jeopardize your soul and what will come after.
And
Right, well, thank you for your time. Distance. Yeah.
He will just kind of nod and see you out. As you all head out, after a while, kind of milling about in the main part of the cathedral, an acolyte will come up and will notice you and come up. Yes, your companion is with Archivist Osno in the archives. Did you wish to wait for them here?
Are we allowed in there, or we have to wait?
I imagine that's the archivist's decision.
Okay, all right, we'll wait. Don't worry about it.
Very well. You guys wait around for about another half hour, 45 minutes or so, until Holiday and Osno come back, both looking somewhat disgruntled.
Anything?
Any luck?
Any luck? No?
Nope. Osno says that if you wish, you can come back tomorrow. And, you can come back tomorrow, and if he can whip these undisciplined little snots in line, perhaps have better luck. But he does have other duties to attend to, and doesn't wish to leave you unattended in the archives, seeing as it's a bit irregular that you've not purchased entry into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, Holiday says she'll read it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can she?
Are
What
we
time
coming
is
back?
it?
It's mid-afternoon.
Okay, so she's gonna head like to the library and try to research like the creatures themselves.
Uh,
So we are planning to stay in the city again.
well, at least for tonight.
Are we gonna be getting a room in a hotel, or are we gonna just waltz straight back on the estate?
Yeah, I think we're gonna
Yeah.
end the Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the session here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dax gives Helio a hug, by the way. Or maybe he doesn't because he's wearing the creepy armor.
All
Yeah,
right.
you get a
but-
lot of funny looks in the cathedral. But yeah, we're gonna end the session here where you guys decide what you want to do next, and we will.
We'll see,
Oh,
I guess.
Yeah, we don't know that next weekend.
Not pick up next week because I'm probably gonna have my computer packed by then.
All right.
Okay.
Probably on that day.
Alright.
Just gonna suck. I'm just gonna sit around with my phone, but whatever.
We can still talk to you. We'll talk to you.
Yeah, but so yeah, no session next week, but we can pick it up after. No session next week. No session the week after that,
Ooh, wow.
and we might have it on the 10th when I'm in Cyprus. Yay.
Okay. I have
Maybe,
no idea where I will be at that point.
maybe not because I think I'm arriving on the 10th.
I thought you said 8.
Well, I'm gonna leave on the 8th. I'm gonna arrive at like 11 something p.m. on the 9th.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Anyways, yep. That was the session. I hope you enjoyed it? Question mark.
Giving us a lot to chew on.
Yeah. Bye, Wafi. It was.
Bye, Wafi.
It
Good night,
was
Wafi.
definitely unexpected.
Man, it's messed up. She killed people.
Yeah.
She chewed them up.
Mm-hmm.
That's. God damn it, Elsie.
Hey, don't blame me.
I blame you. What are you gonna do now? I'm sitting on the floor because that's the only way I can get my headphones from not exploding. It's not,
Well,
no, sorry. Jinxed it.
I'm writing it in my notes just so I can see next time we play. But just to let you know, what he did would just would send a message to the lead that we've been delayed and that we're still coming. Just hold on. And should actually go to Dale's as well and see if he might know something, just in case.
We can cover that next time.
Just letting you know.
Oh, I love how on Twitch, if you leave a live stream and you go back to the archive, it continues right where you left the live stream. That's neat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But
But yeah,
it's
good-
certainly interesting things happening here.
yeah. Good session. Good day of stuff. A lot of weird.
I mean, it's bad stuff, but it's good.
Yeah. Kind of the theme of today. Bad
Yeah.
stuff, but it's good. At least to me. I don't know if you guys are as amused as I was.
I mean, it was
I mean,
an experience.
Okay.
It was really amusing, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like,
I know.
I can't even put it into words. It was an experience, yeah.
DMing's tough, and that was his first time DMing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's kind of ambitious for his first time too, because he did a lot of homebrew things in there.
I would say it's less ambitious and more not actually tripping anything. And like doing it in like super short notice.
Yeah.
And also not balancing anything.
I know. It was everything was a one-hit kill unless you were lucky, really lucky.
Man.
It's funny the thumbnail he has for that right now. I don't know if he had that up before or after.
Oh, he already had it.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. I'm like, hey, that's.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I realized later that like I hadn't chopped his head off. Your character could have gotten his body.
Yep. I mean, he
Well,
could have potentially even without it. I don't know. That seemed like it was a weird option, but
yeah, although yeah, it
I
wasn't.
mean, I think I don't know. I think well, I mean, Andrew was really making up on the fly because
yeah.
he asked me first, like he had me roll 2d100s and
Yeah, same with me. I got like a 4 on my first one, which I think was really good.
like I don't know. I got like a 17 and like a 67, which like I don't know, like why am I rolling 2d100s and they don't really seem to mean anything? And then he asked,
Yeah.
do I want my old body or a new body? And I'm like, I guess a new body. And then everything is like, okay, well now you're in Roach, and I'm like, all right.
God damn it, the roach.
and then there's all like, well, you can't use like an old, a dead body or anything. Like, well, why did you ask for one of my old body then? Yeah.
that roach is. It was gonna come up at some point, but just I couldn't find a natural place to fit it in. But he really did have roaches in inventory.
I kind of wish I'd recorded it now.
Bless you, Halsey. Bless you.
Just to show people what went down, but like I couldn't really record it because like I mean we started like almost an hour later because I was still like struggling to finish my character, and yeah I didn't have time to set it up and stuff.
Yeah, I think I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night, 3 or 4. Which I guess is
Yeah.
my old home.
Oh.
But yeah, and I'm feeling really tired today because I was like struggling to work on the character last night while being really sleepy, and then I just like the second I woke up, I just like went back to working on my character right away. So yeah.
Oh, before I close out of everything, Halsey, how many javelins can a single javelin pouch hold? Again, is that 8?
As he turns into a hyena.
Oh no! Ilya has a new time of the month to worry about.
Yeah, I thought of that.
It's Ilya's time of the month. We're gonna chain her to the floor. Oh no!
She literally just turns into a rage
She literally
monster.
turns into a monster.
Yeah.
There's so much like comic potential in that.
So I left at the end. Did we go back to? Did you all go back to Nalrath's space?
Not yet. We just kind of ended there at the temple, and you guys can decide what you want to do next.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's probably like 8.
It's like, hey, yeah, why are you talking like a demon? A demon? Oh, it's just the time of the month.
It's that time of the
Yeah.
month, yeah.
And darts, is there a limit on that? How many fit in the dart pouch?
I don't know, like probably like 10.
Okay.
Actually,
So,
I think
think
probably it's more like 6 javelins in a quiver.
Okay.
That seems more apt.
so
What time
Angel,
does it start?
it's a game that Angel's keeping. Like,
Who
It was a one shot.
One shot, yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. He might do another one shot. I don't know if we're gonna use those same characters because I don't know because a lot of things happened. Like
I know. I'm apparently a Dampier now.
what levels were you? Level 1?
3.
3.
3? Okay. I
Yeah.
probably wanted to try DMing, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, like at the point we're at now, I saved Quark's character's life by turning him into a Dampier, and currently I'm at the mercy of Halsey's character because he's possessed my character's body and he can just like snuff me out whenever he wants.
Oh,
So it's like a cliffhanger ending then.
Sort of, but it's like I felt there was like a sentiment of like you all got like fucked over by our order and maybe we should just like stop and head off on our own.
I sort of enjoyed my character, even though he's weird.
So what did you guys play?
Blood hunters.
You're all blood hunters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
more or less.
I'll see. By the way, I just want to say, now that I've experienced it, parties of all a single class are dumb, and I never want to do it again.
Oh no.
It depends
Well,
on the class.
Yeah.
You play each class.
There were a lot of limitations too, though. Like we had to be specifically a part of like the currently a member of
I
this.
mean, in general, you don't have enough stuff to cover all the. Like, it's not a good party if you're only like one thing. You can't cover all the.
It depends, because let's say you take a bard. You can have, let's say it's a party of 4.
Mhm.
2 bards can be Valor bards for melee and magic, and 2 bards could be low bards for
Mhm.
purely magic. But
Yeah.
1 bard will be using the low skills, using the low abilities, will take cleric skills.
Yeah, like I
Cleric
feel
magic.
like as long as the DM like really knows what he's doing, he's like I know how to handle an entire party of this in a way where they're not like getting totally
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
that
It does mainly count on the class, because like something like a blood hunter, all these archetypes, they do kind of different things, but they mostly do the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as far as healing, I got some warlock spells, and I took a unearthed arcana spell that lets me make just free healing potions. Once every rest for 24 hours. But like something like clerics in particular, you can cover all your bases pretty much.
Yeah, clerics, bards. But if it's something like a party of fighters, no, it won't.
with
Just straight up no.
my
Fighters and
characters,
barbarians.
but without short notice, this was I couldn't really come up with a flaw, but I felt like my character would suffer from crippling stage fright, so that's what I put in there. That never came into play.
Yeah, that's totally gonna come into play.
I had no idea.
That's the equivalent of if you remember the early days of the BA.
Yeah,
That's like
I was gonna mention that.
my weakness is
I'm
little
overconfident.
dancing green mice with funny hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, he definitely had weird flaws, but it's like I don't know, or like he was a weird, like, he consumed or took a piece of everything that like died around him as a sign of respect. Like, but I kind of like
That's
that.
a quirk.
That
That's
was-
not.
and, no. Yeah, I mean it is quirk, but he was fun. He was fun to play. Had fun with him. It's the kind of character Halsey loves.
I mean, no.
Well, okay. Well, his ideal was that he believes that those who defend nature from destruction and change, aka like the hippies, environmentalists, that kind of thing, are actually harming true nature, the nature of chaos and progression.
Sounds
Okay,
like an
I-
SMT character, but okay.
Like a what?
A Shin Megami Tensei character.
Oh, does it?
I feel like there's
Chaos.
a few gaps in that logic, but sure.
In what way?
Oh, like, in what way does that make sense?
Well, like people who are like, oh, we got to like freaking save the forest from all the guys that are chopping down all the trees. And it's like, well, I mean, that's nature, is the chopping down the trees, and by stopping them, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like a perfect
Ideology.
Sounded like fun, I guess. Maybe I don't know anything about Blood Hunter, so
I mean, it was fun, but it was also
not
silly.
fun.
I mean, it was.
It was fun because of us.
Well, I think it was
I
one
suppose.
of the ridiculousness.
Of like it was fun because of who we are.